In the heartland of ancient Japan, there existed a wise old Zen master, revered for his profound wisdom. His monastery, nestled amidst a tranquil landscape, was a sanctuary of serenity and discipline. Each day, the echo of meditative chants resonated in harmony with the rustling leaves and the gurgling stream nearby. Among the many disciples of the Zen master, there was one particularly curious and earnest. He yearned for a deeper understanding of the human mind, not just his own, but those around him. The thoughts of others seemed like a mystery to him, a puzzle he was eager to solve. His days and nights were consumed by this quest for understanding. The more he pondered, the more restless he became. His curiosity finally led him to the Zen master. The disciple, eager to learn, approached the Zen master and asked, "Master, how can one read another person's mind?" The Zen master, upon hearing his disciple's question, smiled gently and proposed a challenge. His eyes twinkled with wisdom as he pointed towards a towering tree, its leaves rustling like whispered secrets in the wind. "Observe that tree for a week," he said, "and understand its thoughts." The disciple blinked in confusion. How could he, a mere mortal, comprehend the thoughts of a tree? But he trusted his master, so with a respectful bow, he accepted the challenge. The next morning, as the sun painted the sky in hues of gold and crimson, the disciple began his task. He sat before the tree, his eyes studying every detail, from the rough texture of its bark to the delicate dance of its leaves. Hours turned into days, and the disciple remained there, his gaze never wavering from the tree. Yet, as the days passed, frustration began to creep in. He could see the tree, touch it, smell it, but he couldn't hear its thoughts. He questioned his understanding, his approach, and even his sanity. But with each rising sun, he returned to his task, determined to unravel the tree's silent mystery. His nights were filled with dreams of whispering leaves and towering branches, his days consumed with silent contemplation. He watched as the tree endured the scorching sun, the pouring rain, and the howling wind, standing tall and unwavering. Yet, the tree's thoughts remained elusive, a secret language he couldn't decipher. A week passed, and the disciple, despite his best efforts, was no closer to understanding the tree's thoughts. He felt a sense of defeat weighing heavy on his heart as he walked back to his master. His shoulders slumped, his eyes downcast, he confessed his failure, his voice barely above a whisper. Despite his best efforts, the disciple was unable to understand the tree's thoughts. He returned to the Zen master, feeling defeated. The master, however, only smiled, his eyes still twinkling with that same wisdom, ready to reveal the next step in this intriguing journey of understanding. The Zen master, seeing his disciple's disappointment, said, "Do not feel defeated, for you have learned the first lesson." In the stillness of the moment, the master began to share his wisdom. You see, just as it's impossible to understand the inner workings of a tree, to comprehend its thoughts if it had any, it's equally impossible to truly read a person's mind. Yes, we can make educated guesses, predictions based on patterns, but to truly know another's thoughts, that is beyond our reach. He continued, "But fear not, for there is another way. Instead of trying to read minds, seek to understand hearts. It's through empathy, active listening, and keen observation that we can begin to understand others." The master then pointed towards a tree. "Consider this tree. It cannot speak, yet it communicates. It does so through its leaves, its bark, its very essence. Similarly, people reveal their thoughts and feelings not only through words but through actions, expressions, and behaviors. You must learn to observe and listen." He then added, "Remember, everyone is unique, carrying their own thoughts and experiences, much like the leaves of a tree. Each leaf a story, an experience, a thought. We can strive to understand them, appreciate their uniqueness, but we can never truly read them." The master paused, allowing his words to sink in. Then, with a gentle smile, he concluded, "The key to understanding others is not in reading their minds, but in opening your heart. Just as the tree opens its leaves to the sun, you must open your heart to others. Only then can you begin to understand them, to empathize with them, to see the world through their eyes." The disciple, enlightened by the Zen master's wisdom, thanked him. He understood that the key to understanding others was not in reading their minds, but in opening his heart.